Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Logitech Esports League, the G Esports League. I am Adi, and joining me with sporting a very beautiful PUBG hat, a winner winner chicken dinner hat, is Assassin 47. And I like that hat, buddy. Where'd you get that?
Actually, I got it at a gaming event down here in Bangalore. So yeah, I guess I just took the opportunity and just grabbed it because these stocks were very low, and he was like, "If you get it now, you'll get it. Otherwise, you won't get it for day number two." I'm like, "Okay, buddy, I'm getting that." But it's similar like that is gonna happen in this specific tournament as well, Adi. Like Zuze Esports yesterday they put up a big statement. They were like, we have to get this win here, otherwise we won't be able to grab that first spot. And
Mhm.
then they just showed off Argus. They just paid them off, and they're like, we won that spot. Thank you. But yeah, like that was not the best of the analogies, but yeah, I tried.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a great day for Zoo Saber Esports, right? If we could bring up the table as well, they're towering in the lead now. I think it's what a 27-point lead over Argus and Zoo Saber Esports. They were, I mean, they were of course they were on the second spot before day four. Today is day five, by the way, and yeah, I mean they leapfrog up. And the main thing that we were hung up on, of course, is that. Both the times that Zoo Saber Esports won yesterday, they also knocked out Argus. They also took down Argus, killed three or four of their players in either of the games, and basically knocked them out and knocked them off their perch, you could say. Going down the table a little bit as well, right? After Argus, they have a little bit of a healthy lead over Placid as well, and I think that's about almost 16 points if I'm not mistaken. And it's like there's a bit of a trend developing, right? Because even Placid has sort of a little bit of a lead over Instinct, before which after that it all gets bunched up for the rest of them. And number one actually had a very decent day yesterday as well, and they've actually leapfrog RTN official and Dark Shadow Pride, and they've swapped positions with with RTN official, and they've reached the fifth spot. And yeah, I mean, Manic Men as well. They climbed up to the ninth spot from down there in 11th. They did get a good amount of positional points yesterday, but they didn't get kills on that second map, right? They got I think they ended up third, but I think they only had three kills to show for that. And in the earlier game of yesterday on day four, they did have five kills, I do believe, fifth position rather, with six kills. So they are starting to, listen to us, so to speak, aren't they, Nitish?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, not only them, but I consider the fact that all of these teams have been listening to the casters and their bit of advice as well. Like, there have been instances where we have seen a lot of players, they just sort of make a lot of mistakes out being out there in the open. Like yesterday, Team X10 got that easy kill. Well, I still have that in mind because it was just mind blowing because yeah, Argus, there was no necessity there to take that fight actually. But again, he just got a little bit desperate. He was like, okay, I really want that kill. I really want that that placement up on the board as well. Because they themselves have not been doing that great. And Argus, for starters, have been amazing this entire tournament. So something similar to Zuzebas Esports. Yesterday, Zuzebas Esports had an amazing day. As you said, they got both the maps to themselves. They got two chicken dinners that gave them like 20 points right there and there. It was pretty damn easy for them yesterday. Let's see if the 29th of August is going to be good for them or not. Might be possible Argus are going to be a lot angry as well because Argus themselves have not been able to sort of do quite a lot yesterday. Like every single time they lose to a gunfight, it was either them getting sandwiched in a very bad position or them just losing up their gunfights in
I
a
mean,
normal spray down and stuff like that.
we were talking to Rachit as well, right? Just before went live with this, and his
Yeah.
team 4F, they had quite the long rotation in Miramar. I think they went all the way across the west end of the map. They went all the way south, then they moved east, and then they finally tried to move up through the circle on the east side, right, from the southeast side, and then they ran into a lot of trouble. And while Rajat said that he thought that rotation was a good rotation, I don't think, personally, I don't think it was a very good rotation. And it's not worked out really well for them either when you consider the table, right? Because they're down on the eighth position right now with 42 points. And it's just Panda Gaming as well, by the way. I don't think they're gonna show up today either. And I'm just gonna throw Gaming Monk under the bus now, and maybe even the Logitech admins. And I think Panda Gaming deserve to be disqualified because they're just taking
Um,
up a spot. And I don't care if you have internet issues, if you have electricity issues, I don't care if your house is flooded or whatever. There's a bit of professionalism. Okay, fine, your house is flooded, I'll forgive that. But you can't tell me that all four players of theirs, and even maybe their substitute, their fifth, all of them have internet issues at the same time, or they have personal issues or something. It's a tournament. You got to show up. Basically, you really need to show up.
you definitely need to. And also just taking into consideration that this is the Logitech Esports League and not just any other tournament in the country. Because, Logitech, they've always been those guys who support the PUBG scene in the country. They have been hosting PUBG tournaments from quite some time now. And Panda Gaming just, getting that spot and not showing up, that doesn't quite make it a justice in my opinion. Like, there are a lot more teams who deserve to be here as well, and them just trying to give up or quit because of personal reasons, well, Adi, I don't think so. That's good.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. And we're done with the table right about now. I think there isn't there? I don't think there's anyone else we can really focus on. Crusaders being down at the 11th position is a bit of a concern to me as well. I mean, on Miramar, they absolutely got plastered by Placid yesterday. And I think they did have a decent game. Actually, no, they've had a. Oh, I was just looked at it right now, and they've actually had their worst day was yesterday. They went out first in both the games. They were 15th position.
Yeah, it
And with
was.
Panda Gaming, of course, not showing up, that's the last position that you could have gone out
Yeah.
in. Yeah, of course, Panda Gaming went out 16th, but it's. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, Danny S and Co. Like, I think they really need to be up that ladder as well. Like, it's just they need to climb up that points table.
Oh yeah, they definitely have to. Like again, they got absolutely wrecked yesterday when they tried to take control towards Hacienda and whatnot. And even we talked about it, trespassing into someone else's property and whatnot. But Crusaders, they sort of need to bring in that strategical gameplay into their play style actually, because all we see is Danny S just going out of his mind and fragging. That's it. That's the only thing that we have been seeing from Crusaders till now. They get a couple of kills, but then they get eliminated in the fifth or the sixth phase, and that's pretty much it. Like they really, really need to, bring in some of that. How should I put it? Some tryhard maybe, Adi. Some tryhard.
I mean, I don't know what to say about them honestly now because we've seen them kind of go safe in the start and then still not get the result they want, and they've gone aggressive in the start and then they definitely didn't get the result they wanted. So I'm not sure what the way out for them is. Maybe at this point they just need to kind of you know be, what is the right word for this? Be lucky, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, I think
Yeah.
the stars need to align for them to perform well. And I am kind of expecting a little more from 4F this game as well. Like Placid, 4F, a couple of those teams, even Manic Ben, right? Manic Ben finally, what I really liked yesterday, we saw that they were a little bit safer about the way they were playing. They didn't try to go in for the crazy frags and things like that. And I think if they would have played that way right from the start, they would have been much higher up on the table than they eventually ended up, right? And they would have done, I mean, they would have been fighting at least for the top 4 or 5 spots. As of now, of course, they are languishing in the ninth position, which isn't bad. I mean, considering I think my notes here say that they came up from the 11th position after the first weekend, right? After day three. So they are on their rise as well. And I think if Roy can stop seeing blood, right? Stop seeing red so to speak. If he can just kind of control himself while still playing aggressively, and while getting your knocks, getting your kills, or even a DBNO is really important, because it forces the other team to do something about it, right? Either they need to hightail it out of there, or they need to kind of come to their teammates' aid. So you're always in the upper hand if you get the knock, and you have the skill. You definitely have the skill for it. So I'm just expecting a lot more from these teams. 4F, Manic Man, as I was saying.
Yeah, like starting off with Wrangle today, right? Might be possible
Yeah.
Manikman might actually go ahead, drop to Miltapar once again, because why not? They love to go over there. Like I just pulled up the beautiful statistics that has been provided to us. So Manikman, like the only if this stat really comes true today as well, and if the plain part sort of just blesses all of these players and these teams, then might be possible we're going to be seeing number one Manikman and RTN official, and why not Team RC as well. They're going to be battling it out over to that Milta side of things. But I would really love to see, more and more. Like yesterday on Erangel, we saw a lot of
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we do apologize. This is the Logitech G Esports League, by the way, day 5, a PUBG tournament we're doing, and we do apologize for missing all of the first map, actually, of the day because of, hey, PUBG lobby issues. Not much we can do about it, honestly. It's been plaguing the community for donkey's years now, basically. I don't think it's ever going to stop. Hopefully, they might find a fix for it, or maybe they just need to hire some good developers. Not, well, forget it. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the developers are trash, Nitish. I'm just going to go with that. I think, I mean, there are certain things. But what we can do, by the way, is update you on what happened in that game. And what did happen is Infernal Gaming took the chicken dinner with 3 frags. We had Placid finishing second with 9 frags, and we had Underground Gaming on the third position with 9 frags. And also, Nitish, we were talking about this, right? Roy and Co had a good showing as well for the Manic Men. They ended up fourth with 6 frags. So I think they're getting it now. They're basically getting it now. Play safe, get up there, get some positions, get some frags as well, and it seems to be working out for them.
Yeah, it indeed is. Like as I said, I think yesterday they just woke up from that insane sleep that they were on. I think they just their minds were like, okay, guys, enough. Up, thoda, ज़्यादा मस्ती हो गया. Let's just get back into the game. Let's just get a bit serious. Let's just try and put ourselves in the top 10 position so that the players, the casters, Adi especially, who had hopes on Roy and company, basically just don't look us down. But actually, like Roy, in my opinion, he's a very talented chap, and he has been like in and out, breathing and living the game from quite some time now. And the thing is that he can actually do a lot better. Like as after he, I think after he left Global Esports, or maybe they just released their PUBG roster. I think they're just goofing around in tournaments. They're just having their fun, and then right in the middle of the tournament, they're like, "Boom, we made a comeback." And maybe this is that time where they are trying to make that comeback, and they are right now at the 8th position with 47 points. I, by the way, like that. Thank you. Uh, 44, sorry, 32 points with 16 total kills. So let's see
I think
if
we're off.
we're offline.
No, no, we're back. We're back.
All
We're
right,
back.
we're back.
But yeah, but I mean, yeah, you're right. Like our management have started creeping up a little bit, and I do want to say in the last game as well. By the way, this hasn't happened before, and I'm assuming I don't think it's going to happen again. But it's very possible that both Argus as well as Zoo Saber Esports, who are 2 and 1 respectively on the leaderboards right now, they went out in the 12th position for Argus and the 7th position for Zoo Saber Esports. And Zoo Saber Esports had 0 frags, and the Argus had 3. So basically, I think they're because of the positional points. I think they stayed the same. I think they got a couple of points each, and they just stayed the same as they are on the first and second position. But that was it. Basically, they didn't perform either, and which is good news for everybody else in the bottom half of the table. And
Yeah.
because they can eke closer, right? Placid, especially, I think they're just 5 points away from Argus now, and they are in the third position. So it's good news for them. But what are your thoughts? Do you think this is going to happen again to Zoo Saber Esports and Argus? Because Rachit was saying
Maybe.
that they are really consistent.
Yeah,
And
like Zuzabas
today,
Esports are a team that are very consistent indeed. But today we just saw that scoreboard, right? And it was truly terrifying to see them and teams like Argus and Placid going out right at the start of the game. And Infernal Gaming taking out the chicken dinner was a big surprise to me. So pissed. They're like, when we don't perform, the stream is all fine, and when we do, you guys just go ahead and just don't stream our match at all. But guys, trust me, me and Adi and everyone out there who was watching were really, really desperate to see you guys right there on the top as well. But well, just PUBG things, man. You guys have been playing the game from quite some time. You know the problems. So yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and talking about problems as well, I think Placid is now finally going to cause a problem to Argus. Like I mentioned, they were in the third position, right?
Yeah.
And now they might just leapfrog them in this game because honestly, I think Placid has been performing way better than Argus if you consider yesterday, right? And
Hmm.
maybe even day three. Maybe not day three, but at least yesterday they've been doing well. Basically, they've been killing it, man.
They're killing it indeed. Like I think they are just, I don't know, 5 points. Yeah, my math. Yeah, 87, 82. Yeah, 5 points behind Team Argus. So Placid, if they can grab a bit more of that kill streak, and if they can also get one chicken dinner, because why not? They can. Wolfigai and I forgot the name actually. It used to start from A. Come on, get it back,
A.
get it back. Yeah, his name used to start from A, man, and I kind of cannot get it. Is wait, mm,
Which team are you talking about?
I'm talking about Placid actually. We have Walnut Bind. Uh, we, we have Wolfie Guy. Acolytic.
Acolytic,
Let's go.
yes.
Acolytic, yes. Oh man, Acolytic has been that one chap who has been supporting Wolfie Guy quite a lot. Also, not to forget about Walnut Mind, as he has climbed his way in the kill leaderboard as well with 21 kills now. He's just behind his comrade Wolfigai has got 22 kills. Waldemar has got 21 kills. So Team Placid, they're making their presence known by the number of kills that they're getting each and every match, but they're not getting lucky in terms of the chicken dinner, right? The survival part of the game is not there yet. So I think if they can just sort of play a bit more safe, but don't lose that momentum in the firing department or the frag department, then they should be good to go.
Talking about momentum, it seems like Crusaders is following with their crap momentum, so to speak, like with their bad momentum. Because in the first game today, which we did miss on Erangel, they ended up 11th. So zero
Yeah.
placement points, and they got one kill. Let me check. I can actually probably tell you which player got the kill as well. It was Mutated.
Oh, mutated.
And they are playing with Shrizo, who was who we were discussing off stream earlier, right? Is an ex Argus player who
Yeah,
hasn't changed
like
his
who hasn't
yeah,
changed his tag?
yeah,
And it really confuses the hell out of the casters as well when you
yeah.
just played a different team. But to be honest, what isn't crap or bad for Crusaders is Danny is still holding that longest kill achievement
Yeah.
with
Do I do want
466
to
meter.
I do want to say I think we are ready to get into the game as well finally, and the plane path is absolutely beautiful. So let's switch into the game.
Let's go. All right, so Adi, the plane part.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, right? Right, going from Campo Militar northeast of the map all the way down to the southeast prison island. It is basically a plain path where you can go everywhere, where exactly you want to go, and you can already see Argus going straight to straight east of Cabrera to those little warehouses and things around, and they're probably going to split up in water treatment as well as they're going to realize that there's nobody in the air around them. Towards the north end, you have the RC, the ridiculous chickens at Torre Amuda as well. And it seems like everyone's going to where they usually go. We see Placid at San Martin as well. Power Grid has been taken over by the Manic Men. Picado is where we see Zoo Saber Esports, and it's basically everyone where they want to be. And oh, especially now, Placid, since the zone has already come in, Placid are center circle. That means that they can loot up for a little longer and get everything they want, specifically those 4x 6x's 8x's, whatever they need, especially on Miramar, right? You want those big long scopes on your DMRs and on your sniper rifles. And talking about sniper rifles, by the way, yesterday I did mistakenly say that the Mosin Nagant has lesser bullet drop than the Kar 98. I would like to recant that statement. It is exactly the same as a Kar 98, by the way. It's, of course, it's not available on Miramar. It's only available on Weekendy and Wrangle. But it is exactly the same stats as a Car 98, so it's just a different skin.
Well, looks like Team 4F were pretty damn lucky to get that weapon into their hands, considering the fact that it is way too exclusive. Also, Team 4F have again made their way towards Junkyard Adi, like a place where they love to go every single time they play Miramar. And might be possible they are gonna, just go ahead and face off against Underground Gaming, who might be playing towards Minas Generalas. So yeah, Minas Generalas it is. We have got a team over towards Picardo. That is our lovely Zuzabers Esports. I think so. They might actually go ahead and face off Kryptonite as well, close towards Picardo. We've got Manic Men, who are going to be just below San Martin, middle of Picardo and Monte Nuevo. So House, I can see House, actually scouting out ahead out of the mountain. He's like, okay, guys, I'm gonna get information. Don't you guys worry. Just loot up. Can you guys let me know if you get something good? Because, well, I'm in a specific spot here where I'm not able to, see things properly. So yeah, I really need that sniper rifle, that SLR, okay? And I could love to have a 4X on it.
Yep, and I did want to just let the production know that we're having a little bit of an issue with the action camera. If we could just get that on our screens as well, please, and so that we could look at that. But right now we do have the beautiful map, and as I was mentioning before as well, that it's actually a really nice circle. It's cut sort of central and maybe just a tad bit northwest, but this means that most of the teams are going to be able to get into the zone pretty easily and pretty quickly. And yes, thank you so much, production. It has been fixed, and we have the Manic Men on our screens now.
That's right. House has got himself the Barrel M762 on the minute 14. Adi, he has got himself that bike as well, which he's gonna just get onto, and we're gonna be seeing that amazing PUBG bug happen where he's just gliding around that specific sand, and yeah, he's just gonna be doing some stunts, and that is definitely gonna entertain our viewers.
Yeah. And,
Heisenberg. That's a new player from Sarah Kryptonite, actually. I've never seen a Heisenberg in that team.
No, he's been there. Sure, he's been there. Zed Mahmood as well, Cassius as well. And I think they're only playing with 3 players this time.
Yeah, I've seen Zaid Mahmood because he has sort of stood out from the Sarah Kryptonite, but I've never seen a Heisenberg and Cassius.
No. By the way, I do want to point out as well that I kind of like to focus on Crusaders a little bit as well, even though they are languishing at the bottom half of the table, well, towards the bottom of the bottom half of the table, if I'm honest. And they've survived Hacienda del Patron.
Wow, have they?
Yeah, they've gotten out of there and they've moved north towards water treatment, where there's quite a bit of action happening, by the way. That's Argus. A couple of players of Argus are running into players of Crusaders, as well as 4F.
Where is Team Placid? How the hell did...
Placid is still in San Martin.
Yeah, like, how the hell did Team Crusaders get that control towards Hacienda? Because yesterday we all know what happened, right? I don't have to repeat that, because if I do, then it's again gonna be a very sad moment.
Yeah, I think Crusaders were a little lucky there because Placid got distracted by the presence of Infernal Gaming towards the south of San Martin, and those are the high grounds, right? The high hills, and you can get a lot of pain in there, like a lot of pain from there, basically. So I think that's how they survived. But yeah, I mean, it's quite a bit of nothing happening as of now, except that Danny S and Papa Havoc rather have taken down Nuke. They have taken down Nuke.
That's gonna be a player from Team 4F, and I do think so that they're just gonna go ahead and take a lot more fights as well. But for some reason, Team 4F, they are the players are just way too
split apart. Yeah.
Yeah, way too split apart for some reason. Why?
And they've lost a player again early. This happened to them. Well, this time they tried to rotate in early, which is a fix from what they did yesterday, where they were in the blue zone for most of the phase 2. They tried to rotate in early, and they paid the price by losing a player.
Well, what is Rachit thinking? Might be possible he's like, guys, just go ahead and engage yourselves in individual one-on-ones. Let's just not go in as a team because who knows? Maybe when we go in as a team, things might not work out, or we might just overthink or just overwork ourselves. Let's just go in, individual one-on-ones, take it, lose it, win it, just do whatever you want. Just get us on that top 10 position, okay?
Yep. And well, finally, I think that they've at least started using bikes for rotations, which are going to make it really easy on them to uh, to scout out stuff. And
Look
oh,
at Zerk's
Xerxene
time.
falls to Acolytic. Yeah,
Uh,
I think
Zerk's
he bled out after getting knocked by Acolytic.
maybe, yeah. But right now we're going to be seeing all of these teams. They are inside of the zone as well, so there's nothing to worry about. Because yesterday we did see, as you mentioned, Team 4F, which is way too far from that specific zone. Like as the zone was shrinking, they were still near the what is that? Cumasera,
Kumasera.
right? Cumasera, yeah. It's just I definitely gotta watch that YouTube video.
And Placid, by the way, is in the action now already. And this is the fight I was talking about earlier, right? Which kind of distracted Placid from Crusaders stealing their loot from Hacienda. Is Infernal Gaming have basically showed up here north of San Martin, and they've lost two players because of it to Acolytic and Walnut Mind. And now it does seem like Walnut Mind just wants to fall off. He's done the damage, he's got some points, and he's falling back. Talking about falling, I think Bharat fell out of a car.
Well, that is something you don't see every day. Well, unless and until you are drunk.
Well, I mean, I think then the car falls over, right? I don't think you fall out of a car unless, like,
Oh, did you? Did
well,
you see?
that's
I
just
think.
that's just the game. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
don't pay too much heed to that. That's just
Man,
the
I love
game
to
doing
see
game
these.
things.
I love to see these bugs. It's just sometimes funny to see the character just flying around and waving his hand. It's like, please save me! I'm falling down.
But yeah, I mean, Argus, they've kind of positioned themselves towards the northwest of the zone right now, and they're going to have to move, to be honest. And oh my god, 4F! They've been absolutely wrecked in last place by the ridiculous chickens uh, just east of, or just northwest of San Martin, towards the God buildings, as I like to call them, and a lot of people call them the construction buildings, where the plane crash is as well, or where there's a carcass of a plane. And they only lost Syed in this whole engagement, and he's only been knocked. He's not even been. He's not
They
even been
almost,
taken
they
out.
almost lost zero skills as well. He was down to 1 HP. Like zero skills. So like, guys, thoda sa cover, please. Like a little bit. Like guys, 1 HP. Can I get a med at least?
Yeah. And Zoosaber Esports, by the way, is in on the action as well elsewhere on the map. They've just made their way out of Picado.
Is that a
And,
KTM? Wow.
KTM.
Yeah. I don't know. I wait. That was a beautiful skin on that bike, by the way. I'm like, cause why not? Like, Tencent, they have partnered up with Yamaha as well. Might be possible Blue Hole is gonna be, partnering up with some insane brand and bring in these exclusive skins for you.
Well,
Talking
I'm
about
not sure.
exclusive, are they? Yeah, talking about exclusive, are they? Even Gaming Monk has got some exclusive deals for you. Check out the Logitech streamer bundle using the link down in the description below for some exclusive and an amazing deal on the starter kits of Logitech products. But look at Rich God, man. He just took a
Argus,
fall
yeah.
damage, right?
No, he's being shot at by Psycho Gaming, by Underground Gaming, who have positioned themselves in a really interesting position, by the way, just north of Picado, in the two god buildings, as I like to call them, but in the two construction buildings. And Her in turn pushing up onto KN, which is Kryptonite, and there you go. Raxil's gonna be finished off and Deadshot. He's gonna fall back. He's like, I don't want any more of this. I'm happy with my kill. I'm gonna fall back because the zone has shifted, and they need to move east into the next zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Zuzubas Esports, they've got all their 4 players ready. They've got a good amount of position as well, in my opinion, because they can easily make their way inside of the zone, no problem whatsoever in terms of that. But right now, what they need to be very careful about is that Translucent is coming in with his squad as well, with Zuzebas. He's coming in from the south angle. And we have got Krypton as well that are moving close to his power grid. They're sort of gonna, just pass between Zuzebas and the last player from that team management, that is Hardwell. God Squad, man, look at Translucent.
But yeah, they're just trying to rotate out from the blue zone. By the way, they know that there are so many players camped on these edges that they're not going to be able to make their way straight into the zone. So they're going to try their level best to just roam around Picardo and just get on the road and try to get into the zone. And Zoosaber Esports, by the way, unless they get in a vehicle and get a good spot, I think they might just be going out early again because the circle definitely hasn't favored them. And number 1, by the way, they just lost Pro G, but they're gonna try to get into this zone as well. Dark Shadow Pride, they look they're just southwest of San Martin in these tall buildings, and they're gonna be able to move into the zone pretty much unchallenged as well because they have a lot of hill cover from the other side. And Danny S, though, who has survived, might just be a kink in those plans because he is coming up into their position right from behind. He might be able to get a couple of sneaky kills.
Ooh,
While
God
the
Squad.
God Squad got eliminated, by the way, by Instinct Esports, that long rotation didn't work out for them.
Yeah, the long rotation was kind of a very, very bad decision in my opinion, because
It was
again,
risky.
it was very risky actually. But again, it was in a way it was bad as well, because like I cannot blame them. It was not their fault,
I
because
just I'm sorry to cut you off, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in a fight that's happening right now between Argus and Zoosaber Esports, if we can get them on the screen, because Zoosaber Esports, they're being absolutely wrecked by Argus. I think they've lost 2 players now to Argus. And finally, Rishgod gets taken out, and he's going to get downed. He's going to get finished off as well by Deadshot. And this is basically the fight for the top spot. This is the fight for the top spot. And while Kryptonite get eliminated, but honestly, that really doesn't matter right now because Argus is pushing up onto Zoosaber Esports, who have 3 players alive. They've only lost Instinct, by the way, who is the top fragger. So it's not a bad pickoff. He is the top fragger of the tournament.
Shot, man. Look at that shot. The amount of trigger discipline that this guy has, it's just insane. And again, Zuzebas Esports, they know that they are getting sandwiched from both sides, right from the front and from the back as well. So they're just trying to sort of stay alive as much as possible. Look at that. That nade. The trajectory is not going to be the best. I think so. They just need to get the hell out of here, Adi.
I think Argus has actually noped out of that fight as well because they realize that Zoosaber Esports are just hanging around, and for the next zone, Zoosaber Esports are gonna actually have to make the move. So, and while Argus, they're chilling in those little huts on your screen. So, that's a good decision, by the way. You don't want to see red like Roy, like you don't want to see blood red and try to push something that you might not be favored into winning.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Underground Gaming, right? They've got all their 4 players ready. I did not see that coming actually, because Psycho Gaming, we saw him get knocked, and then Sukre came in for the rescue. But again, they were engaging themselves in that fight against Argus. And look at Danny S. It's got one more.
Exactly what I was mentioning earlier, right? He might be the kink in the Dark Shadow Pride's plans because he is the lone survivor of Crusaders, and he's coming up with a backstab. And unfortunately, he doesn't have any Molotovs or nades to throw into that smoke to finish players off. But he is so very close now to Dark Shadow Pride. He's going to hear him out. He's going to take down a player. No, he isn't. So very low. And Danny S. He's finally going to fall to Slayer. That was a really good try by him, by the way. He knocked out 2 players off your screens earlier. But unfortunately, he couldn't do much more. But and Crusaders get eliminated 8th. Which is an improvement for them from day 4 at least.
Yeah, it is definitely an improvement. And again, props to Danny S, man. Every single time, this guy is that one player who does quite a lot. And look at Nighthawk.
Zoosaber Esports, by the way, if we can get them on the screens, they have run into Placid. They have run into Placid, and Fear, he's been taken down by Dark Shadow Pride from behind, but that's when they were completely, well, they were completely, what is the word I'm looking for? Their attention was taken away by Placid.
They're completely
Infernal
distracted,
Gaming
maybe.
distracted basically by Placid. They lose a player to Dark Shadow Pride, and Walnut Pine, he's gonna fall to Deadshot, and Deadshot, he's picking up the slack, by the way.
Yeah, that shot is doing quite a lot. Like the way he threw in that smoke, and then he just got his energy drink out. He just drank it, and now he's full of energy. He's just trying to try and push them off. He does have the M416, which is gonna help him out quite a lot. The red dot on top of that, it's just gonna be like a cherry on top of the cake. But the push comes in from BD Commando. Dark Shadow Pride are striking from the shadows, are they? They're making absolute best of this fight between Placid and Team Zoosaber's Esports. And there you go. Acolytic is going to push up, get the frag on towards BD Commando, who was the last player from Dark Shadow Pride. Dark Shadow Pride going to be going out. You're going to be seeing Zoosaber's Esports. I think so. Zoosaber's Esports is eliminated as well, maybe? What's going on?
They did go out. They did go out in the 6th position just before Dark Shadow Pride got taken out by Placid as well. So not a very shabby performance by Zoosaber Esports. I think they might still be able to hold on to their top spot for now, but Argus, they will definitely have something to say about it. They are outside the zone right now, and considering the circle that has moved in now, it's basically favoring Placid because they have the high ground, and so does Underground Gaming, to be honest, on the south end of the zone. While on the west side, we have Argus just trying to move in, and I think Argus, they're gonna run into Placid as well. So this is gonna be another fight brewing immediately.
Oh, wow, Dante! How the hell did he spot out that player, man? Like, what resolution, what settings are you running on, buddy? Because
1920, 1080 with 8x AA. That's how you play this game.
Oh man, if only I had a GTX 1080 like you.
But yeah, I mean, while Placid is having this fight with Underground Gaming, Argus is hearing this out completely, and they're gonna try to wrap around onto Placid, and it's gonna be really interesting to see if Placid is aware of the positioning of of Argus rather, because Argus is definitely aware, and they're looking for it. And there you go, Dante is gonna get spotted by Nightick by a little bit of a jump spot, and he's gonna zoom in, but Argus actually, they're in a really bad position right now for all the position they held. And there you go, that's why they were in a bad position, because they are stuck between Placid and Underground Gaming. Underground Gaming, they've decided to stop fighting with Zoosaber Esports, with Placid, and instead take the fight to Argus.
Yeah, maybe, but the thing is that they have to be very, very careful, right? While they're shooting and firing all of these bullets, they are giving away all the information to Team Instant Esports, who are just behind them. Instant Esports, who are known as the God Flankers, actually, every single game, they come in from the back lines and they just absolutely wreak havoc. And this time around, though, it's not just one player with the name of Dominar G. It's actually 3 players from the side of Team Instant Esports who are still left out. Whereas we're going to be seeing Walnut Mind, who's going to get knocked out. Acolytic in a bit of a trouble. And there you go. Team Placid, they're on a killing spree, Adi. And they just eliminated the second spot team, that is Argus.
Yep, they did, with a lot of help by Underground Gaming as well. From the high ground, Underground Gaming did knock out 2 of the players of Argus. Even though Placid was the team to finish off Argus, it wasn't really all they're doing. Acolytic spotting out Sucre, but he really can't take that fight. I think at this point, I think Placid needs to move away to the low ground and hope that Phase 8 favors them.
Oh yeah,
But
like Placid,
Max does bleed out, yeah.
Yeah, they've already got themselves 10 kills, so I think so they are pretty much done. Like Placid is like, okay guys, but right now they really need that chicken dinner. If they can get that chicken dinner, it might be possible they're just gonna climb on top of Zoosabers as well, because Zoosabers are sitting up at 113 points, whereas Placid is at 82. So with the chicken dinner, 10 points and 10 kills, well, Adi, I do think so that Placid is in a bit of a brawl.
Yeah, it is very possible. Like Placid, they've been playing really well. They played well the earlier game as well, where they did end up second with 9 frags, and they have already won up that with 10 frags now. And at the minimum, they're going to finish third as of now, if everything goes wrong for them. But they are the only team which has every player standing right now. All four of their players are alive. Underground Gaming, they just have two. That's Sucre and Eddie Summit or Eddie Sumit, however he likes to pronounce it. While Instinct Esports, they have three players alive for themselves as well. And it doesn't. I mean, I think everyone's just waiting for Phase 8 at this point.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that next zone to appear in so that they can start making their strategies for the next zone. Because for now, though, it just looks like that they're just gonna hold up onto the angles
Oh,
that they have, onto the positions
never
that they
mind.
have. What
Never
happened?
mind. Just soon as we said that, right? It's basically the commentator's curse. Placid, they've decided to push up on Underground Gaming, and you can see Walnut Mine on your screen. Is he gonna spot out? Oh, Eddie Summit! He's gonna get run over by Acolytic, and he's gonna get finished off by Walnut Mine. That just leaves Sucre alive, and they had the high ground. They had the best position, but Placid, they are just so damn aggressive, and they're just gonna. I mean, they're playing PUBG Mobile at this point. You know how in PUBG Mobile you kind of run around, you have one player running around in a car because it is just so hard to aim on the screen, right? And kill somebody in a car. That's what they're doing. And Eddie Sumit, who was proning there, he pays for it with his life. He's roadkill right now.
That's right. And Sucre has been that one player in this specific game who has done quite a lot. He's got himself 3 kills. He supported his players, supported his comrades when they needed him the most. And now let's see what he's gonna do. I think so. I think so. He's trying to keep Instant Esports and Placid in a gunfight and just take advantage of this gunfight and just appear from the shadows and just
But
get that placement.
but what Placid has done really well is they've taken control, and nobody, absolutely nobody, can move into the zone anymore. Like literally, without any players of Placid spotting them out, they just have the entire east side of the zone, southeast to east, completely cordoned off. And I think they are definitely going to run away with this chicken dinner because it is just Sunny Kills alive right now for. Never mind, Underground Gaming does fall, and Placid are the ones who are going to take them out. 15 kills now, and Sunny Kills, he's the last player alive for Instinct Esports, and he is outside the zone, and he's on the low ground, and he is going to go down to the zone. And that's Placid taking the winner chicken dinner. That was just beautiful play by them. I love the way they took the circle and they just took command of the zone, and it just locked out everyone.
Absolutely, Adi. Like the way Placid just showed the aggression when they actually needed it. That was a pretty good decision coming in from the IGL. I'm pretty sure it might be Wolfie guy because that man is insane, and that he is the go-to guy for doing all of these stuff. Okay, for aggressing in at the right time, for starting up that killing spree, taking down tons and tons of teams, just appearing right out of the shadows, out of the dark, and just they clearly surprised Underground Gaming. They're like, hello, hello, surprise, surprise. And yeah, that was pretty much that happened right there.
Yeah, I mean, a decent showing for Instinct Esports again, right? Finishing up in the second spot. Underground Gaming, by the way, again, they have
So
finished up. Yeah, like I was
they've had a
saying
good day,
earlier,
by the way. I
was
think they finished third both
basically
games
today.
so
Third place
they've
again
had a
for
good
Underground
day as
Gaming.
well,
That's
but
not
maybe
bad.
not as many
Argus
kills
went
as
out
they
in the fourth
wanted,
place,
just
and
about
they're going to be a little bit cheesed off
5
about
of
that, I
them.
think,
But
because they had a
I
good
think
position.
we can get
Zoo Saber
ourselves on the
Esports just 4
screen
kills,
for.
and they go out in the 6th position. So kind of a bad day for them. A little bit of a bad day, don't you think?
Yes, it was like I really don't want to say this, but yeah, it was a really bad day for them. I expected quite a bit more as well. Again, I'm really happy for Danny, by the way. Like the way he made things happen for Crusaders, even with his entire squad eliminated. It was good stuff, Danny. Like
Yeah,
trust
unfortunately,
me.
he couldn't get the kills. Yeah, he got second position, but only 3 kills. Sorry, eighth position rather, but only 3 kills for Crusaders again, and they did survive a lot longer. But again, I think it's their little mistakes that they make in their rotations. Right? They should have been highly aware that there are some dead bodies strewn about here. RC is right there, and you know that Placid, the team who is always out on the hunt, you know that they go to San Martin. Why would you sandwich yourselves between Placid and RC and ridiculous chickens, right? Why would you do that to
Yeah.
yourselves? So I think that was a bit of a mistake on their part as well.
Indeed, like again, Placid have been known to do some crazy things every single time. It was just yesterday that was a really bad day for them. I I don't know what happened. Like Acolytic and Wolfigai, they were not able to do much. They did take out Crusaders. Like they got their usual stuff done,
Yeah.
but they were not able to, just eke out some of the craziness that they bring in every single day. And today they just took it to next level. They grabbed themselves a chicken dinner, and might be possible they also got themselves the second or even the first spot,
Yeah.
Adi.
So I was just looking at that, and the table has updated for us. Zoo Saber Esports is still on the top spot at the end of day five
Oh,
at 119 points. But Placid, I think they've gone up from like some, I think they were at
third,
60 or 70 something points. And
yeah.
they've got themselves all the way up to 107 points today, and that's because they've taken the chicken dinner in this game with 15 frags. So that's 25 points from this game alone. And in the earlier game today in Erangel, they finished up second. So I think that's 8 points and 9 kills as well. They've racked up so many points and they've stolen away the second place from Argus. And yeah, I mean, I think that's a brilliant day for them. And do you have any closing thoughts before we close this out, Nadish?
But yeah, Placid, man. Like I'm gonna give themselves a big thumbs up because good stuff, man. Like I actually never thought that Placid is just gonna go ahead and go completely out of their mind and frag. Like we know that they have been the top spot owners of the kill leaderboard. Wolfie Guy and Walnut Mine, both from the side of Team Placid. Both of them are sitting at a 24 kills at this point. But again, I think so. Wolfie Guy has some increased stat. That's why he's still at that top spot. But yeah, both of them basically have got 24 kills. And if they keep on going like this, might be possible. Zuzebas Esports, you guys got competition, guys.
Yeah, I think we can close it out there, right? With that really good insight that Zoo Saber Esports, they have competition and they need to pick up they need to pick up their game basically now, because we expect better from them. But that's it from us for day five of the Logitech G Esports League, the PUBG tournament that we're having. We will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. So do check out the Esports bundle by Logitech as well. It's in the description below. But that's it from us. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow.